Hey everybody, how you going? We have just got a little bit of a hey everybody, how you going? iPad streaming tech issue here. So I am just trying to figure out what we can do here. So that's not working. So let's figure that out. Must be an iOS 12 thing. So that's not working. So let's. So I will. Must be an iOS 12. What else could I do? Oh, maybe I can try with this. So I will. What else could I do? Oh, maybe I can try with this. So I will. What else could I do? Oh, maybe I can try with this. I think it might be an iOS 12 thing. Let me just pause this, otherwise you'll get echo. Yeah. Okay. Let's try something else here. Sorry about this. Very exciting episode, this one, but I do need you to be able to see a screen of some form. Okay, let me think. Control. Nope. Okay, we're just going to have to do it manually. Let's get rid of this share screen so at least you can see me on the video. And then I'll need to double check this to make sure it's okay. So we'll stop that sharing. Okay, there we are. All right, we're going to have to do this manually. Sorry about that, folks. iOS 12 was going so well. Okay, so hopefully you've got me on full screen, because today we're going to be talking about top 9. So I'm going to present the plans that you are going to be able to vote on. And I also actually wanted to address what is absolutely going to be a controversial choice. And I'm very sad that you can't see my screen to see this. If you do happen to be subscribing to me on Instagram, you'll be able to see a picture of all of this on Instagram. But I had a look at all 30 plans. Let's just do a quick summary of where we're at. So on October 15 of this year, next month, I will be doing a full-on build a business project, right? And to spice things up, you guys get to pick the plan that I am going to do. And this was inspired by the 30 Days project that Russell Brunson and his ClickFunnels team created. An amazing project where he got 30 people to do day-by-day plans. The plans were amazing. I hope you had the opportunity to download them, or if you bought the lifetime access, then I think it's the best, one of the best $100 investments you could possibly invest. Just amazing plans, amazing quality. Like the whole thing has been top shelf. But anyway, the idea is for me to implement one of these plans live in real time from October 15. And as you will have no doubt seen, some of these plans are incredibly intense. They are literally designed for people who have lost everything, no list, no reputation, all gone, no money, and you have to try recover in 30 days. All right, what would you do? So with that, we whittled the 30. I got you all to look at the 30 plans. And then I asked you on Friday, and I got some amazing feedback in the Academy Facebook group. And if you're not a member of the Facebook Academy group, you should be. Look for All New Challenge. Type that into your search box in Facebook and you'll get it. And I asked you guys, which are the plans that you like the most as beginners? Because I wanted to get that feedback, because there were plenty of plans that appealed to me that I could implement because, inverted commas, I have some expertise in a particular topic, right? The one thing that didn't happen, you didn't get a lobotomy when this massive financial and reputation disaster hit you. So that was a really interesting exercise, and I actually collated all the results. I sat down here on the Sunday morning and just looked at all of your comments and collated all the results. And there's a photo of this on Instagram, on my Instagram account, and you can see this. And here's where the controversy happens. Far and away, the most nominated person was Natalie Hodson, right? And she got absolutely, her plan got absolutely the most. And I completely get it. I think for most of you, it's an extraordinary plan. For high fact finders, it's a fabulous plan. But I'm not even going to allow it to be voted on. What? That's right. I'm not going to allow it to be voted on. Why? Because bluntly, it's too easy for me. I've been there, done that. Not only did I get the T-shirt, I designed the T-shirt. I created the T-shirt. The original T-shirt, that was me. Like, I have done, from my very first dollar has been about creating and publishing ebooks, right? I can do it in my sleep, right? With two hands tied behind my back, literally, because I could dictate them, right? It's no challenge, right? It's no challenge for me. It's too easy, right? So unfortunately, even though I think for you, and if you're choosing if you're going to do the 30-day challenge along with me on October 15, I think it's a fantastic one for a lot of you to do. But I'm not even going to allow it to be voted on because it's just too easy for me. Right. It's something that I've done it too many times before. Right. And there are so many fascinating and interesting new things that you could potentially be doing. There are, when ebooks first came around, there was, plenty of things. For goodness sake, we did it in the challenge 3 years ago. Ebooks have been done and dusted. Does that mean they're bad or it's a ridiculous thing? No, it's completely a great plan for all of you. But for me, it's not a challenge at all. It's easy, right? So it's not one that I'm going to even allow to be voted on. And sorry, I can see Darren saying, but we haven't done it. No, you may well have not done it. And I fully encourage you to, in your 30-day challenge, if you want to do an ebook, that is a great plan, right? It's a really, really well-constructed plan. And I can see, I can see why so many of you voted for it and suggested it in your top 3. I got that. But sorry, Soza, it is not a... the whole thing of the 30-day challenge has got to be a stretch, and that's not a stretch for me at all. So there you have it. So that's the controversy out of the way, right? So I apologize. You can feel free to discuss the controversial choice of mine in the Facebook group. But it's, like I said, it's not a challenge. So I've literally done it in 30 days so many times for so many people over so many years, right? I've literally dozens literally of times in public. And what you choose is completely up to you. But I will be doing a plan voted on by you because that makes you... that makes it a challenge for me and far more interesting for you, right? There's got to be some, like I said, it's in the name, challenge. Okay. And I apologize because I had a great presentation all ready for you here to show. So you're just going to have to make some notes. The post with the polling, let's get that logistics out of the way, is done and dusted, and it will be posted in the Facebook group on the all new challenge with the 9 contenders in a completely random order, and you will be able to vote, and voting will be open through this week. Okay, so from midnight, hopefully you either grab the plans when they're available for free, or you've bought the plans and you have access to them. So you'll be able to have a look at the top 9 and make your choice of what you would like to see me do. Okay, so that is the choice. See, Horse Lover says, when we don't have the personal credence that most of the plan makers have, then the choices get reduced for us. See, there's 2 points with that. One is people have some seriously low self-esteem, and that's okay. That's completely natural. Everybody's good at something, right? Everybody is good at something. And that's the first thing that you've got to all understand. You all have expertise in something, right? You are good at something. It's just, it's guaranteed, right? And you are better than 95% of people at something in a particular market. You may not be in a mental space right now to see that, but that's the truth, right? That's the reality of it. So, but again, these top 9 have been drawn from your suggestions, right? So these are ones that you guys suggested would be best for beginners. So I have not taken into, so there are a lot of plans that I would have enjoyed doing that did not make the cut because they weren't considered beginner material. All right. So that is where we're at. All right. Enough. So look out. The poll will be available at midnight tonight. That's Eastern USA time. That's I think it's 2 p.m. in Australia, early morning in Europe. We can follow you and then do Natalie as an extra. Lol. That's very funny. No, you won't be able to do that. All right. You've got to pick one and focus. There's no way you could do 2 plans. No way on this earth. Okay. So here we go. Without further ado, in no particular order, here are the top 9 for you to vote on. And once the vote's done, there'll be no further. The only editorial change I've made is not allowing Natalie's plan in. And I've gone and explained why that is the case, right? So I'm pretty sure she would have won in a landslide if we'd voted on the thing. So you can feel free to do it. Okay, here we go. So Joe McCall is our first of 9 plans. Rachel Pedersen, Trey Llewellyn, Ed Osborne, Jeremy McGilvray, Caitlin Pyle, James P. Friel, Alison Prince, and Spencer Meacham. They are the 9 contenders. So when you get and again, I apologize, I really, 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 really would have liked to have shown you some of this stuff, but unfortunately, Zoom and iOS 12 is not obviously is obviously not cooperating. So I'll just go through those again for you. We have Joe McCall, Rachel Pedersen, Trey Llewellyn, Ed Osborne, Jeremy McGilvray, Caitlin Pyle, James P. Friel, Alison Prince, and Spencer Meacham. They are the top 9. And again, they will be all available for you to vote from midnight tonight. What I would love you to do in the challenge this week is advocate for your plan. Create a post and say why you would like to do a particular plan. I see, Horse Lovers said, yay, love Allison's, feel like I could do that. Great. Why? Why do you feel like you can do that? Let us know in the Facebook group. Advocate. Let's do some campaigning for your favorite plan to get the votes. All right. So, you can, please feel free. I want lobbying. I want commentary. I want debate on all of these different plans. And again, just as a warning, and thank you very much. You were all very brilliant, which I'm not surprised. But there's only one thing that is completely not kosher is please do not publish, link to, DM, give in any way, shape or form, give a plan to somebody who does not have that plan, right? They can either buy it for $100, which is a completely, you've got to reward the creators for all this intellectual property. So please don't publish any of the actual plans. You can discuss them to your heart's content, go for it, but don't publish the exact plans, please, right? They are ClickFunnels intellectual property, and I think they've done a normal. And if people couldn't log on and get them for free, I actually did it. I actually logged on and downloaded all the plans just to see how long it would take. It took me about 10 minutes on my iPhone each morning. So there we have it. So very, very excited for all of this. It's going to be an exciting thing. Then our next stage of the journey is preparation. We need to get our affairs in order. We are going to get our environment right. We are going to get our energy levels right. And we are going to get our engagements right so we can figure out, when we've got time to be able to do this. Making sure we've got the energy stuff, because if you try to do everything on day one, on October 15, you'll blow yourself up, right? If you try to change your diet to have a more energy-based diet for the 30 days to sustain yourself through, and, don't eat stuff that literally saps energy, then, and you try to do that on the same day that you're starting potentially intensive work, then that's a real problem. So we need to get our preparations ready, in training for the engagement levels that we're going to need to have, the energy levels that we're going to need to have, and the environment that we're going to need to have. And again, it was fascinating looking at all of these plans, how many people mentioned environment. It's a big factor in all of this. So once we've done those, and we'll talk about that next week, then I'll be starting to break down the individual plan, whichever one you voted on. So to see what prep work I can do, and just start to think, okay, let's break this down into CFTs. So let's look at each day and break it down and say, okay, I'm not going to throw out, I didn't have a lobotomy, so I'm not going to use the secret weapon, which all members of the Academy use, which is our personal Kanban boards. I'm not going to throw out the Kanban process just because I've lost everything and don't have a list or don't have any reputation. So so we're going to be doing that. We'll be breaking down the CFTs and getting prepared. Now, the vote form will be available in the Challenge Facebook group, and it'll be available from midnight tonight. Okay, that's midnight tonight Eastern USA time. That's about 2 p.m. Monday Australian time, and whatever it is, very early morning in Europe. And it'll be up all week. All right, so we'll get that voting, and then we'll figure out what plan we're going to do, and then we will get into it. So does anybody have, while we're here, does anybody have any questions? Feel free to pop them in the chat group. Do you have a particular plan that you like, and what do you like about it? Let us know in the chat, and happy to answer any questions that you have about it. I have a bottle in front of me. Okay, good. Very good. That's excellent, Rich. You be quiet, Google. Very good. All right. If there's no questions, I'll just give you a moment. I'll give you 30 seconds to type in any questions. If there are no questions, we'll call it an evening. Get ready to vote. Can't wait to see what we have in planned. So very, very excited to do that. Just a couple of thousand real quick. I'm not sure what that's referring to. Spencer Meacham is one that like long-term passive income. Yeah, it's a challenging one for me, Spencer Meacham, because I don't think, my personal humble opinion is, affiliate marketing is not a business. All right. But having said that, if I was in recovery mode, there are 2 times where affiliate marketing I think is fantastic. I think it is I think it's fantastic when you're first starting out as a way to test the market. Are people prepared to pay for things in this marketplace? And then once you're established with your own list, affiliate marketing, it was brilliant. So that was really good. What was the 5th one you named? Boy, I'm not sure. Let me go through them again. I'll give you one. Okay, so we have Joe McCall, Rachel Pedersen, Trey Llewellyn, Ed Osborne, Jeremy McGilvery, Caitlin Pyle, James P. Friel, Alison Prince, and Spencer Meacham. You can't tell us, but what factors should we consider in the file 9? Be completely when you're voting, be completely selfish. Think about, what would you like to see? What would you like to see me do? So that's mainly your choice, right? So, I personally, I would be thinking, the way I'd be looking at it is, I'd like to create a business in 30 days too. And it'd be great if it was doing a similar one. So I would vote that way. That is the way I would look at it. And, people are talking about stretch. I wouldn't worry about stretching yourself. Pick the one that you think would be easiest for you, right? This is all about you. I want to be stretched because, frankly, I've done it and done it a lot, right? So I've got an experience. So I truly want to be stretched in this, right? And so any of those plans would be a stretch. So I would think that was the case. Roland asked, did you think they were actually home parties? No, I didn't. I knew they were online, but the concept of parties, just any sort of party, I hate the idea of, right? And I don't like cold calling. I hate people. I don't like groups of people. You're all different, of course. You're the exception to the rule. But yeah, no, I don't like that. I'd like to see a plan where someone isn't relying on previous clients completely from scratch. Well, there's plenty of those in that group, Glenn, for sure. Very good. Could you put the 9 in the description? I write too slowly. No, because I've got a beautiful post all ready to publish at midnight. So you can go and have a look. You've got all week to be able to review them at your leisure. So there you have it. Trey has a sick funnel set up, been killing it for a while. Very good. Will you be on Slack? I'm on Slack for the Academy, not for the. I'll be live streaming. I can't be more available, right? I'll be working. I won't necessarily be interacting with you because I'll be working very hard, but it'll all be done live. Do you care? No, I'm not. Why did I rule out Jane Cross? Frankly, because she just got virtually Jamie, I think you're mentioning, just didn't get enough. Didn't get enough votes. Doesn't mean it's a bad. Look, I'm not going to mention which ones I thought were bad plans. There were a couple that I think were bad plans, but I'm not going to mention them by name. This top 9 certainly doesn't have any of those. There was one I would have liked to seen in the top 9, but when I looked into detail, it just wasn't realistic. There are a couple of non-realistic plans, I think, in the 30, and you expect that, but I won't mention them. I would like you to do one I can follow to make my first dollar, and that's what I'll vote for. So there you have it. Yeah. So that's the yeah. She got 2 votes there. So did John Lee Dumas. Didn't make the cut. You know, there were others that got. You know, the others got a lot more votes. So that's the way it is. Like I said, this is not an election. This is me picking the top 9. So there you have it. All right. Very good. Any word on the resources needed with the chosen plan? I'll have plenty to say about that when you pick it for me. But I thought that all of these top 9 had relatively reasonable opportunities, and you know, and a couple of them basically are telling you to sell stuff, go through and effectively have yard sales, in a couple of cases to raise the cash to be able to implement the plans. And I think that's a great idea. I think that's a really, really good idea. All right, folks, that is it. Thank you very, very much. Really looking forward to this. Can't wait to see what you're going to vote. It's going to be fascinating. Can't wait to see. I am in your hands now. I have done what I can. Thank you, Marsha, for reminding everybody. Please thumbs up, like, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're not a subscriber, that would be awesome. Obviously, the YouTube channel is going to get a severe thrashing. I'm also looking at ways to broadcast. This is obviously not for you guys to worry about, but I'm looking about some really cool stuff in terms of, you know, I don't expect people to sit there watching me do the live stream, you know. So I want to think of ways that we can have daily summaries and things like that that are useful for people who have lives or indeed doing their own 30-day challenge as a way that you can keep updated. So stay tuned for all that, but that'll come later. All right. Thanks, everybody. See you later. Sorry about the tech snafus at the start. But yeah, at you know, what is it? You'll be able to vote 3 hours from now. Good luck. Vote well. You can't vote early and often because you can vote once and you can't vote until the post goes up. So there you go. All right. Now, I've just got to remember how to turn this off. There we are. Very good. All right. Thanks, everybody. Where we are. Stop the stream.